Hi everyone, Denise Hahn here, and today I'm going to share with you how to make my accordion fold mini album. I can't really say it's mine because I believe I learned how to do this in a grade school craft project and then remembered doing it and kind of searched on the internet and found that, you know, kind of everybody does this. So I just want to share with you how I create mine and some of my tips so you can make your own. The first thing I'm going to do is create my covers for each side. I have one already made here, and you can do this project using any square, so it could be any size. This happens to be a 4x4 square. So after I have my 4x4 square of chipboard or some heavier stock for the inside, I'm going to then cover it with another square that's an inch bigger. So pretty easy. The adhesive I'm using is the Xyron Mega Runner. It has half-inch adhesive in it, and I'm just going to kind of drop that in the middle. It doesn't have to be perfect. This part's not going to show. Then I like to do, I like my corners to be really nice and crisp, so I do sort of a technique I learned in bookbinding, whereas I'm going to go ahead and snip these corners like that. And you want to leave just a tiny little bit, definitely wider than the thickness of your chipboard, but I'll bring it kind of up close here and you can see about that much, maybe even less. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my Mega Runner. It's already set at a 1/2 inch with 1/2 inch adhesive and just go around the edge like that. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and I like to just bend it against the countertop. And I do the opposite sides first, like that. Give it a little bend first and then press it down. Perfect. And then I go ahead and just with my fingernail notch in those little corners, like that. Press them down, just like making a birthday present or wrapping a present. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, flip over both sides. Again, does not need to be perfect. And then just to get it prepped to be put on my accordion book, I'm going to go ahead and just hit it with a little more adhesive. Set those aside. So now the fun part, again, like I said, any square will work. This happens to be an 8x8 square, and the folding process is super simple. You're just going to go ahead and go corner to corner. Now I'm just demoing on plain white paper, which is really easy to fold. But if you're using a higher quality cardstock like Graphic 45, something that's double-sided, I would get a score pal and go ahead and score it with a bone folder before you fold it so that your paper doesn't crack and get those ugly white creases. So again, corner to corner first, then you're going to go half to half. Like this. Okay, now I've already set up my other pieces. This book works best with odd numbers, so 3 would be the least I would do, but you could go 5. For some reason, if you do an even number, the book kind of, it's just awkward. I don't know, I can't explain it. So, and basically this is how we're going to set it up. We're going to go corner to corner and corner to corner. Again, I'm just going to run a little bit of adhesive. And then line it up just as good as I can. And I don't know, some people might be a little more precise than I am, which reminds me, I wanted to give you a little tip after I run this adhesive. So this book, when it's folded up, will be 4x4. I said this was 4x4, but it reminded me that it's actually 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. I like to make the cover a little bit bigger because then it hides any mistakes that I've made if my folding is a little off. You'll see what I'm done what I mean. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and push the third one down. And again, you can keep going if you like. Now is where it gets a little tricky. You're going to start from one end. And you're going to bring these 2 corners together like that. Did you guys see that? Like that. And then press it down like that. Now you can see I went in on this one. See that? Now we're going to go out on this one. So let me see. It's a little tricky. It can be, but once you kind of, I can already tell I screwed up that one a little, but that's okay. Again, this fold is going down and in. All right, are you with me? Down and in. Yeah, I can tell I'm off on this center one. Okay, so now we went out and in, and now we're going to go out again. So I'm just going to kind of refold that crease to kind of help me. I think I'm fighting myself. I think when you do it, if you fold it a certain way, I think it makes it easier, because some have gone together easier than this one. And press it down. So now you have, ta-da! All right. And then for the next super simple part, you're just going to line up one of your lids over the top. Press it down, flip it over. Okay. Just like that. So now it's even more sturdy. And then something I want to show you about embellishing and decorating. You will notice that this part remains flat and does not fold. That this part remains flat, this part remains flat, and this part remains flat. So with that in mind, that's where you want to put if you have pictures or larger embellishments. These all fold, so you've got to remember not to design or decorate anything on the folded areas. Make sure you do it in these spaces. All right, so there we go, my little accordion fold, or somebody's little accordion fold book. Also, something to remember is I like to tie these together. You want to make sure that if you're tying it, that there's a strip right here and a strip right here, and that it's not tied together in the back, because it won't open that way. And sometimes you might want to put, before you put this lid on, a strip of ribbon down, press that down, and then you can also have ties on both sides. So I hope you have fun making your own little accordion book, and thanks for joining me today.